Okay, go ahead.
I now call this special meeting to order. Gerald, will you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen. My little prayer.
Roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Here.
Mr. Barajas? Ms. Gilman? Mr. Romero?
Here.
Mr. Thornton? Mr. Trujillo?
Here.
Madam Mayor?
Here. Under number 4, approval of the agenda, I would like to add, you're going to find, I want to do a rebuttal for the World Journal with the board, and you'll find you have your paperwork on today's article.
It's gonna be G.
And no, I'll just do it right above that model. We'll do it right away
Okay.
and get it out of the way.
Motion to approve the agenda with the added rebuttal of World Journal.
Second,
Second.
roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes.
Mr. Romero?
Yes.
Mr. Trujillo?
Yes.
Madam Mayor?
Yes. Oh, okay. So today's World Journal had online, there's a corrective action for consequences, Aguilar's last shot at stability. I think the first thing that I want to point out to the board is this picture of a dumpster listing the town of Aguilar. I don't think that that's right. I'm sorry. It's not, and you know what? This is not a dumpster town, and we're not burning dumpster, and I think that it's disrespectful. You're going to find in your board packet, you had today's World Journal, and you also, they're posting, and then you also have a request for comment for Aguilar's corrective action plan. If you'll see in red, that is the response I sent to Ruth Stodgehill. And the only thing she seemed to get out of this whole thing was the first paragraph on her article, which was, despite years of financial mismanagement, missed audits, and mounting state scrutiny, Aguilar Mayor Erlinda Senior says she believes the town can weather the storm. The town believes that it will be able to manage cash flows in a manner that allows it to continue operations. She told the World Journal this week. So in her article, she stated that the town had missed their corrective action with the state. So you will find in your board packet on November 8th, 2024, addressed to the Board of Trustees, is a letter from Crystal Dorsey, CPA Local Government Audit Manager. And I received a call from Crystal Dorsey on April 4th, and she left me a message, and when I returned her call, she informed me about the letter, and we discussed it. And so in the discussion, I asked where the letter, because I did see Board of Trustees, Town of Aguilar, 101 West Main Street. I asked her where it was mailed to, and she said it was mailed to 101 West Main Street in Aguilar. And I told her that this letter was never received.
Master will deliver.
We don't, I did tell her we do not have home delivery. I gave her the correct mailing address for Aguilar, the P.O. Box. And then in an email from Crystal, she says, so we had the conversation about 11 o'clock in the morning on April 4th. And on April 4th at 2:48, Crystal sent me an email and stating, "Good afternoon, attached find a letter related to our review of the Town of Aguilar's 2019 audit. The letter includes a time-sensitive corrective plan to be submitted to our office. I understand that as of today, you were not in receipt of this letter, so the deadline to respond is what is extended to April 18th, 2025. So we did not miss. I think that if there's going to be printing done, it should be printed for the public to read with the correction, because I don't want them to think that we're not meeting our deadlines. And then when I messaged her on April the 18th, I sent her at 11:15 a.m. Good morning, Crystal. I would like to ask for an extended week to complete the corrective action plan 2019 for the Town of Aguilar, which would be next Friday, April 25th. And then at 2:03 p.m., good afternoon. Your request for an additional week is granted. The town's response will now be due on Friday, April 25th, 2025. Best regards, Crystal. So there was an arrangement met. I don't want the board to think that the town is not doing their job. I think my other thing is that we need to hold reporters accountable for what is actual and what is factual. And I think that the public shaming needs to stop. And public shaming is when there are inaccurate statements being made, and they need to stop. You know, there's a lot of things that I have seen printed that have been inaccurate, names have been inaccurate, and a lot of the articles have been inaccurate. I think the thing with this was that she requested this information from myself, Sarah, and Stephanie. I responded, and that's all she took from it was, you know, that I said we were going to pull out of it. But I guess the rest of how we were going to do it did not matter. So this is all I wanted to clarify with the board, that, you know, we weren't reneging on that article the way, you know, she stated. And we're not dumpsters. Not a dumpster town. That's it. Any comments?
Fake news once again.
Right?
Where in the heck is she getting all this information from?
I have no idea, Mr. Romero, because I did, like I said, the board has what I read, what I answered, you know, the questions that she asked, and why she chose to go that other route, I don't know. But I just wanted the public to know that, you know, this is how it went down, and not according to the article in the newspaper. And with that being said, if nobody else has a comment, we will move to model traffic code ordinance under new items. Ms. Porras?
Basically, we just need to pass the ordinance for the updated model traffic code. So when the sheriff's department or whoever is issuing traffic citations, then we're under the correct model traffic code,
And
which is 2024.
they will be cited into the Aguilar court. So what do we need to do?
An ordinance to, I guess, the first reading or
Is that,
this is, yeah.
that's the ordinance number 288 that's in front of you? Bless you. This already. So we can stay with this.
No, because we're on 2020
Oh.
right now. 2024 is the newest one.
So on the deletion part of this ordinance, should that be 2024 or 2022
On number 2,
on deletions? Did you say we were on 2022 now?
We're on
Sarah?
2020 now. I think it's supposed to be 2024.
the 2024 edition of the model traffic code.
And then deleting specific sections.
The 25 you're supposed to do.
No. Six, section 12, 14.
Yes, you. It says by reference the 2024 edition.
So basically, this is stating that we're gonna leave
And
out.
this says to the
It's deleting these sections, it says. So those are ones we deleted before, and from our model traffic code.
I think we need to go down there and Andy look at this. to, go ahead, Stephanie.
The way I'm reading it is we're adopting the 24, but it's deleting those sections, and those sections I think are based on fines. And I'm thinking it's because our fines are set by the municipal judge. So if they have fines listed in them sections, I think that's what's being deleted.
Of the 1401.
Yeah. And it's saying part 17 and any other section which specifically addresses penalties as penalties for violations of this code are expressly set forth below.
Yes.
So I think it's whatever penalties and fines, and I believe our judge issues the fines. The sheriff had brought that up last time he was here.
What is the judge use for?
Two
Good.
in the 24.
Sarah, I think, has a list of the fine or the penalties and the fines. And I don't know if the judge came up with that or where he gets it from.
These are all from the model traffic code, so it's
Okay with that.
basically 1401 2, which there is no 2 in 2024. So it looks like the reckless driving would have gone into, not municipal court, it wouldn't have gone into our court, it would have gone to county. Because of the severity of it or whatever, it would have gone to county. And 1210. Number 3. This is for designated areas on private property or authorized vehicles, or authorized vehicles. And that's a class A traffic infraction, the one that was deleted 1210.3. So it's a class A traffic infraction, so it's probably that's why that was deleted and put into different, I believe.
Make a motion that we adopt ordinance number 288.
Do we have to do like the first reading
Just gotta be
or something like that, or?
The whole article.
I have to read the whole thing.
Just the top part, right?
Ordinance number 288.
Yes. An ordinance for the regulation of traffic by the town of Aguilar, Colorado, adopting by reference the 2024 edition of the Model Traffic Code, repealing all ordinances in conflict therewith, and providing penalties for violations thereof.
And then on the, it would be number 2 with, wait,
Deletions?
I think we just need to take out the 1401, that quotation 2, because that's not in this.
section 1210.3. What is that?
That is the
Because it says.
class A traffic infraction.
Deletion, the 2024 edition of the Model Traffic Code is adopted as if set out at length, save and accept the following articles, intersections, which are declared to be inapplicable to this municipality and are therefore expressly deleted. Section 1210.3, section 1401.2, part 17, and any other section which specifically addresses penalties as penalties for violation of this code are expressly set forth below.
And this is a 1210. Designated areas on private property. Number 3.
So the parts that are gonna be deleted, correct?
Yes.
No, it's 3. So it would be on section 1210 of 3 would be any person who violates the provision of subsection 2 of this section commits a class A traffic infraction. The disposition of fines and forfeiture shall be paid into the treasury of the county at such times and in such manner as may be prescribed by the Board of County Commissioners.
That's not fair.
I still say we should have Adam look at this. I think we should have Adam take a look at this. So that, and I'll send it to him in the morning if the board agrees to have him look at it, and hopefully we can have it back by our regular board meeting.
Sounds good to me.
So can I get a motion to have ordinance number 288 reviewed by the attorney before our next meeting?
So I make a motion to have the attorney review ordinance number 288 by our next meeting.
Second.
Roll call?
Mayor Pro Tem,
Yes.
Mr. Romero,
Yes.
Mr. Trillo,
Yes.
Madam Mayor.
Yes. And I think so. Nothing will go. I think we should have, right? Okay, we'll go to the website and we'll let Ms. Coca tell us.
Well, actually, Sarah is the one that put this in here. She's talked to a few people about getting somebody to update our website because it has to be handicapped accessible. My only concern is I did apply for a grant at the beginning of the week and I'm waiting to, we had to sign a intergovernmental agreement with SIPA to qualify for this grant. But I'm waiting on the details if they provide the updating, how we can use this money. So I did send them an email yesterday wanting to know, can we go ahead and vote, the board, can they vote to pick a company to go with? Or do we need to wait till we get the grant going and see what the terms and conditions are? And I haven't heard back. So I don't know if that's something you want to wait to see if we get a grant. And the SIPA is something Erlinda had brought up months ago to the board where they
have grant money to help us pay and upgrade our system. And we have to have ADA compliance
Yes.
by July 1st.
So basically, I'm not sure what the stipulations for the grant money is, if we contract out with somebody and just get reimbursed, or if they provide the service. So it's kind of up in the air. So I don't know if you're wanting to make a decision, we could always wait until we hear from the grant or make a decision. And in the meantime, we'll know who we're going to go with if they get back to me anytime before the next meeting. So I kind of at a standstill with the grant.
Are we paying something now?
No, I think we have an annual fee on the website we have now, but I did get one quote they had given me, but it was like $800 a month. I think I showed you or Linda on that
99.
one.
Hosting
No.
fee?
The other one, the other website. And then this one from GovCard, they will only charge $99 a month and there's no upfront fee. But some of the other websites are quite expensive to have them do it.
And I know that earlier so it might have been maybe November, December, when someone came on, there was a gentleman that talked to the board about, building our website.
I think that was, I want to say Streamline, I think, and I think they were the ones that were like $800 a month for the middle one, because they have one that's more upgraded and then they have a lower package, but the middle one was like $800 a month.
But I think we just need the board to know that we need to be in compliance with our website by the 1st of July.
Can I ask you guys something?
Yes, sir.
How do you make a website ADA compliant?
It probably becomes hearing impaired and
Probably, I've kind of been trying to figure it out myself. But it's, I don't know how they make an ADA compliant.
Why what?
No,
Approve this?
ADA compliant?
I have no idea.
Me either.
And the compliance date is July 1st.
Mhm.
And I think something's gotta be done with the website.
it
to tell you
does.
the truth. So I would make a motion to go with this.
Which
What?
one? You want to wait to see what
$99, but we gotta wait on,
SIPA?
see what happens with the grant thing.
I think I would suggest to wait for, see if we get money from, or if we can get money from SIPA to pay for the upgrade and,
And if we need to find somebody to do it, then you would vote to go with this one. Are we voting for that now? And that might streamline it. So if I get an answer from them, I know who we're going with and not have to wait for another meeting.
I would go with this one because, the Historical Society, I think that's who it is. They're paying more than $99 a month for what they're doing. No, and then they're having problems getting somebody to help them with it. As long as these people are willing to help,
is that this one right here? Pine, or
No, the Gov card.
the
and they-
Gov card?
They did send, if anybody wanted to check out one of their other websites they've done, it's at townofpinegrove.com. That's one of the websites they've done.
But do we have to do a contract with them?
you probably would.
I'm thinking once, if you guys vote yes, I don't think it right now would be, we would reach out to them to let them know, yes, we're gonna go with you. Let's see if we get the grant money. We have a month or so to play with before we have to get it in compliance. So if we at least know who you want to go with, once we hear what that grant, the rules are, because I'm learning it's a lot of rules and regulations. You can't do anything until they give you a
Right.
signed contract, yeah. At least we know who we're gonna go with if we get the money. And I don't know, I mean, their website isn't clear. I did fill out the application. We did have to sign an agreement, but it doesn't state, here, we're giving you this money, find somebody to do it. Or it kind of also sounds like they might actually have the
Going
people
back,
to do it.
I don't remember if it was like October, maybe, or November, that I provided the board with the information on that SIPA website, because Tara Marshall had provided us, well, me with it, and then I looked into it, but at the time, they didn't have, even a couple of months ago that I looked into it, they didn't have funds, but then Stephanie looked and they have funds, so we're just waiting to see if we can get them. So, providing what goes on with SIPA,
Yes,
They seem like a credible website. Have you looked into their
The
website?
SIPA, it's an organization, and it's what we're applying for is the accessibility grant, and it's to help and it's only available to governments, municipalities, but it's to help them with the funds to get in compliance for the ADA compliance that they're making everybody do. So I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a legit thing, like Erlinda said. I think we had found an email where back in 23 or 24, they emailed Donald and had said they had, there was a bunch of free money for the town of Aguilar. He just needed to contact them. But I don't think, obviously nothing was done because, so I found the email the other day and got a hold of them, and Erlinda had tried previously, but when she tried, there was no funding. So like I said, all I've done is just did the initial application, and that was just at the beginning of the week. So hopefully within the next week, I did email them today, but they didn't get back to me. So I'm sorry, I'm not prepared for anything today.
Yeah, he can actually look it up, and then all the, was it SIPA.gov
I believe so, yeah.
that you go to, Bruce, and then you can look at their website, and then it shows you some of the websites that they've done, and then what different towns, municipalities have done with the use of a SIPA grant. As far as, for the town itself. But there's a lot.
Okay. Well, I second, provided we get the grant.
Is that Mr. Romero?
Mhm.
Mr. Trujillo? Roll call?
Mayor Pro Tem,
Yes.
Mr. Romero,
Yes,
Mr. Trillo,
Yes.
Madam Mayor.
Yes. Okay, library wants to have a phone party. Using outdoor water.
It's for the kids in August. They said it's foam, I guess it's colorful or whatever. And they only need like 60 gallons of water to do that for the kids. And I guess they're using the football field. That's what they want to get, ask permission to, if they can basically
In
use
August?
60 gallon. She said August 15th was the date she gave me. And she said they'll need to use like 60 gallons of water. It's like a bathtub full.
Or we can always wait to see where we're at with water in August. I don't know, that's up to the board. My thing on this is we just, last meeting brought up outdoor watering and use of water and
do we have to let them know this for?
She needs to let the lady know who's coming to do the foam party as soon as possible.
Well, it's for the community. I'd say we should accept it.
Who's got a 60-gallon water tank? We go get the water and turn it if we have to. There's a tank over there
We do have a
in the
tank.
yard.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I want
It's
to
a
say a four,
250.
yeah, is it
I think it's
250?
250.
I think that would be a better option. I understand it's only 60
let them
gallons.
use
But if
the
we
water
start
tank.
making exceptions for one, we
Right.
have to do it for all. And I just sent out a
Good idea, Mr.
notice.
Romero.
Pardon
Good idea, Mr.
me?
Romero.
I'll even pay for the damn water.
Who's gonna haul it?
I will, if my truck will carry it. I know Bruce has got a nice big fat truck.
I've got a trailer too.
So do I. We'll get it in there one way or another.
I mean, it's something for the kids, I say you do it.
It's all good.
Okay, so what are we doing?
So
We're motioning that.
Make a motion. Somebody,
I'll make a motion, I'll even pay for this water for the phone party.
that Mr. Romero made the motion.
I second Mr. Romero pay for the water.
Oh, you're such a nice guy.
So we have a motion, for the library to have their phone party on August 15 or close to, and Mr. Romero made the motion, Mr. Trujillo seconded it. And that's providing, Mr. Romero's gonna provide the water.
You know, one of the things that I needed to remind everybody that Agro Days is on the second.
Okay.
So are they gonna do it the weekend after that?
She gave me the date of August 15th. That's all I know.
All right,
Roll call?
Mayor Pro Tem,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Romero,
yes.
Mr. Trujillo,
Yes.
Madam Mayor.
Yes.
I just went down to Santa Fe, so I'm really broke right now. so.
You should have money by the,
Even
by
I
August.
should have money.
Okay.
I'll
Start
pitch in
saving.
some for you, Bob.
Start saving.
Start saving. He didn't say out healthy, he just said start saving. Notice that?
Yeah,
The money, people haven't really know how to hang on to it.
we'll use his hose to fill your trailer.
Those are called Palias.
Okay,
They open the wallet. Okay, let's go to lights on Main Street. I had them put that on there. I don't know if any of you have noticed our lights on Main Street. Some of them are staying on during the day. Some of them don't come on, and some of them are like orange and some are white. But I think since we get HUF funding, I think that the town should place a bid to have, they're not gonna replace the whole pole, but the guts, and change the lighting to, LED lighting, which would be a brighter, I believe.
so we're waiting on more funds,
It's cost effective also.
so we're waiting on funds from somebody else now?
No,
Said-
HUF, we get, and that's to be used on the
Okay.
streets.
So do we?
So I'm asking for, the town to be able to put a bid out for, and then I'll get the wording right on it. To change out our lighting
Okay, so
on Main Street.
I'll make a motion to upgrade lights on Main Street.
Second.
Roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Romero,
Yes,
Mr. Trujillo,
Yes.
Madam Mayor.
Yes. Mr. In front of you, we have the roof at the community center. Give a proposal.
does anybody know how to make a real nice airplane?
Right?
That's really a lot of money.
What did the insurance estimated at?
3,000, wasn't it?
$3,200.
Yeah,
You didn't need a whole roof replaced.
they had a lot of stuff that they said needed done on it.
Could build a new community center for this price.
Well, we had asked for bids and that's what we got, and that's the only thing, but,
I got another roofer coming to look at it.
I say no for this one.
We can't do that.
Yeah,
the town can't afford $69,000. So with the board's approval, have the gentleman from Pueblo take a look at the roof and then give us a bid. Hopefully, maybe we will have something by the regular board meeting.
We should have,
what guy from Pueblo, when he's referring to?
Yes,
So do you
Yeah.
want to table this? Is what you're saying?
yes. So we will table this till our next regular meeting. Can I get a
Sounds good.
motion to table? Motion to table?
I make a motion, we table this till next meeting.
A second.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Yes.
Mr. Romero,
Yes,
Mr. Trujillo,
Yes.
Madam Mayor.
Yes. And then
I heard that Bruce and Franklin would take care of that. That's what Frank said. You weren't here last meeting.
Yeah, but he took off and I had a funeral.
We have utility rates if you want to continue.
We should table this one.
Rates, go back to rates now.
Oh, I don't wanna go on rates.
Doesn't mean Aguilar housing unit, no fee, no fee, no fee.
We do charge a fee. I'm not sure why it doesn't say it on there, but it's 50 for water. Oh, for the taps? Is that what we're looking at, or is it the regular?
That's why no fee.
Because they didn't put taps in every one.
The service fee.
Sorry, I have Well, that's inaccurate because they do pay the $10 service. Well, I guess maybe they're not gonna be adding more housing units is maybe why there's not anything listed for a fee. For any of them, they all do already have gas, so I guess maybe because that's not an option to get one there, yeah. Kind of redundant to have it on here though.
Not to table it, because we gotta still come up with that.
This,
Tap fee. We didn't figure it out yet.
interesting, 3,500 in town. Just as a six.
Yeah, we discussed it, but I thought we were gonna still,
See whatever was gonna be cost effective for the town.
Right.
Is that what you're saying, Bruce?
yeah.
I thought she was a $5,000 figure.
5,100, yeah.
So is that what we're gonna go with?
Well, what do we want to do?
We have to do it.
I think what we were kind of discussing was 4,000 in city for the tap fee and 2,000 for a connection, which would be a total of 6. And it would cover everything for sure, and there would be a little profit. But was that right, Mayor? What's on that sheet? I'm sorry, I gave you my copy.
This one?
With the tap fee that we were
That's on this one,
suggesting,
Linda.
4,000 and 2,000 connection.
This one?
So we're doing 4,000. 4,000 for the.
So
Oh,
she gave us a breakdown on the water tap fees, current rates and expenses. And she shows the town in a negative. If you look at this one,
oh, I'm sorry, I think we were looking at 5,000 fee and 2,000 connection, so it would be a 7,000 total, which would gives us town a bit of a profit. And I know that the people we're working with for a rate study said that is where the town probably will be making money to, use towards fixing up stuff, getting out of the red. So they are suggesting as well that we raise our tap fees to start making some sort of a profit.
So those would be actually used in the replacement, because we did get that water grant, but that's gonna go towards repairing the Mauricio Canyon well, and on asking him for repairing that line, we had said a part of that grant money to start replacing some of the much needed water meters. So I think with these increases, that will help offset having to purchase the water meters that are needed for the town without putting a burden on the community.
And I think if that's what, sorry, not October, Tom.
No.
If that's what the town decides, a $5,000 tap fee and a 2,000 connection, we do away with any linear foot or anything else. It's just the 7,000 total.
Parts and materials also.
Yeah, that would cover everything, parts, material, labor, the use of our equipment, and we would make roughly a little under $2,000 profit per tap. Well, no, probably about 1,000, because we'd be getting rid of this $1,000 in linear foot I have on here. So we'd roughly make about $1,000 in profit. Right now, it would be 7,000 we'd get in, and we're paying out 5,100. So yeah, close to 2,000 profit per tap. And I know it sounds steep, but
So
I
it's
mean,
not really a profit. It's gonna go towards the purchase of replacing the meters.
and like upgrading the infrastructure, because
Correct.
on top of I mean, I was gonna try to bring this up at the next meeting, but I am trying to figure out some way where we can get money together to buy radio read boxes for these 200 meters that don't read at billing. I have talked with a gentleman who has a community that had upgraded one, and they decided now they're going with something different. The administration, it was a new administrator, but they're willing to sell us a $55,000 radio read box, and the equipment for it for 10 grand is the price I was suggested to offer. So I'm trying to find some sort of a grant money to get that, and another 40,000 for the actual boxes, because we have so many meters that aren't reading. But I mean, looking forward at trying to replace things, we're gonna need to come up with some source of income. And the ladies I'm working with at CDPHE did say the biggest way to increase for the water system, some sort of revenue coming in would be to up our tap fees.
Would we benefit by hiring somebody just to go read the meters? Instead of all
Now they
this?
still have to,
That's a
they're
purpose.
becoming obsolete, right?
Yeah,
They're-
well, and our meters right now, we have 200 meters, whether it's gas or water, they don't read because the MXU boxes that work with our current system are obsolete. We can't get the batteries. So what I'm working with is this guy has a system where we could buy new batteries for the meters that don't read, and then we could still read our old ones. But we need this new box that would read our old MXU boxes and the new ones. So what we've been doing now that we're having to replace meters for water and gas, we've been buying the meters that are compatible with these new radio read boxes. But I mean, I actually spoke with Kira today through CDPHE, and she's gonna help me look for a grant, because I'm needing like 50 grand to get at least 200 boxes, radio boxes, and 10 to 15,000 to offer. It is a used piece of equipment, but I mean, it's way better than what we have now.
So
And
do we
I'm
plan
having
on
the billing
upgrading
nightmare.
all the water meters in town?
Eventually, I'm sure that, as time goes on, we're gonna have to come, do an upgrade and what serves the purpose, the community better. It's the same thing when we talked about the storage. you know, where it's gonna save the town money by, you know, the upgrade on it and, the type of system that we use, because, if we, like, one of them that we talked about would be, where it would feed to their computers, you know, the chlorine, the, you know, so you don't have to have somebody run and check it every day or, you know, and so that saves time there. And, you know, those are expenses that will gradually be eliminated, and it gives you the readings. And if something goes wrong, it alarms you. And so, you know, it becomes cost effective for the town.
And actually, this system, I just spoke with the gentleman yesterday, but this system later on down the line, we could make it where we just would have to get an antenna. And eventually, we would just be able to push a button on the computer. It would pick up all the radio reads for gas and water and then download, and we wouldn't even have to drive around. So I mean, that's later on down the line, but it's with this current system he's been talking to me about. And I've had a few conversations with him about trying to find radio read boxes, because I'm having a billing nightmare every month trying to get 200, you know, meters read. And I mean, Rich and Anthony did a great job this last month, so I'm hoping they can just keep up the momentum, because we have to get them all read or we're ending up with either I'm overbilling people or underbilling them. It's, you know, one way or the other. So, but something to look into. But so my whole point of that was, not to get off subject, but increasing the water and sewer gas tap rates is probably the first step into getting the town kind of financially on its feet again. And even if we do that now, I mean, right now, the board isn't looking at issuing water taps or, you know, giving any out. But when people do start applying and they're able to get one, we should have these new fees in place going forward. And I mean, I do have one customer who was approved a few years ago, and they've been paying for a year and a half monthly payments to their water tap. So that would be the only one that we still would have to install when they fully get it paid. I think they're about $1,500 short for water and $1,500 short for sewer. But that one we would have to install at the current rate of what they are paying, what they paid, and it was agreed to. But other than that, there's nobody else on the books. I mean, everybody else that has one, I think they need to be null and void and have to reapply, because I gave you guys a spreadsheet a few meetings ago. And we do have several people who applied and got approved, but they never paid for them. It's been 2 or 3 years. So I think those are probably, they need to start over. Yeah.
Also, Greg with Colorado Rural Water gave me a name of a lady in Pueblo that is a grant writer, and that's all she does. And I not spoken to her, but she goes and she finds grants for, you know, communities. And so I'm not sure if she charges a flat fee or if she works on a contingency as to the amount of the grant and then takes the percent. I don't know. I'd have to talk to her if the board would be interested in looking into something like that to help us, you know, go forward with any type of grant money.
Yeah. And I was under the impression we had to wait for grants until we got our audits complete. But after speaking with Kira, she's the lady from CDPHE that we've been working with for everything. She said a lot of grants, some of them don't require audits. So she's going to see if she can find any grants that might help us with. And that would only be for water. That's what she deals with. But we're trying to come up with some money somewhere. So. And on that subject, with Kira, they are wanting to come to our next town workshop meeting in June. They can't make the one in May, but in June and probably July, to talk to the community and explain the rate increase and why we're increasing it, and kind of start talking with the community so that they're not just in August-ish blindsided by it. So they couldn't make the May one, but I offered maybe they could come to the May regular meeting since they can't come to the workshop, and she was going to check if that's okay with the board. I thought maybe May would be a good point, you know, not wait till June and July, but maybe try to do something in May. But
good with them coming
Yeah.
to our regular board meeting.
I mean, you guys do have a lot of info on the rate increases, maybe table it and wait until the next meeting if you aren't feeling confident yet. And by then I will have numbers hopefully for the sewer and gas parts. And everything needs to be raised though, because whatever we take in for water can only be used for water. So we have, the same issues with gas and sewer. We need to start upgrading. So I think everything needs a tap fee increase at this point.
I make a motion, we table this until we get more information.
Second,
Roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem,
yes.
Mr. Romero,
Yes,
Mr. Trujillo,
Yes.
Madam Mayor.
Yes. If nobody has anything else, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Carol did. I need a
I
second.
second.
Roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Yes.
Mr. Romero, Mr. Trujillo,
Yes.
Madam Mayor.
Yes.
Adios.
can I mention a couple things?
Sure.
Catholic Church is having a Catholic